Polar bears are born little and defenseless before growing into the largest land predator on the planet. Then, in order to grow more than 100 times their current weight, they must set out on an odyssey. Hello, and welcome to Z. Here they will learn everything they require to survive. Please remember to subscribe and click the bell symbol before the children's mother leaves them at the age of 2.5. Less than half will make it. Our tiny bear may be having an issue, in my opinion. Run quickly. Cute is not appropriate in the Arctic. The Arctic appears brutally lifeless at first glance. Only a few animals, though, have found a means to prosper. However, the main force at play here operates covertly. Every winter, the delicate and small sea ice expands over millions of square miles. How is it conceivable that the secret to our entire world lies inside this freezer? Every year, sea ice acts as the Arctic's lung, giving it life. Globally, in a cycle that affects the climate. This is the beginning of the tale, which takes place at the Canadian Arctic's edge. Bertie Gregory, a wildlife filmmaker for National Geographic, is my name. We're all waiting for the big freeze, and everything is on the line. Polar bear mothers emerge from their burrows at the Arctic's periphery as winter gradually gives way to spring. Prepare for a perilous 40-mile walk to go marine hunting. It's practically difficult to find them in this vast, featureless landscape, unless you're this guy. Over the course of more than 40 years, Morris Spence has searched this area. Morris seemed to be onto something already. It's amazing what he can discern by examining minute ground markings that I would simply pass right by. They may be anywhere, including right here at the lake's edge. I still find it hard to comprehend that we have located this stunning female polar bear. I had nothing to do with how we located her, as I said. All credit goes to Morris, our extraordinary polar bear tracker. Most importantly, however, is the small, tiny little polar bear pup that is cuddled up between her legs. And you can see how snugly it fits Mom. And it's crucial because the fur currently on it isn't that thick and it doesn't have much body fat. So the only option for staying warm is to rely on Mom. This cub may appear small now, but polar bears only have a 60-day gestation period and are born smaller than squirrels, weighing less than 2 pounds inside the den. As a result, this young one has been strengthening himself in readiness for the vast, dangerous world above Earth. Imagine how thrilling it must be for that young cub to experience everything. All it has ever known is a small, dark snow burrow, and then all of a sudden, Mom makes a giant hole and it is surrounded by new sights, noises, smells, and even trees and a blue sky. Paused laughing, she endures quite a bit when they just have one cub because there are no other cubs for her to play with. The mother is the only family member she has to tease. Because there is less sea ice in Hudson Bay, female polar bears have less time to gain weight before going into their dens, resulting in smaller litter sizes. Therefore, if this mother wants her one and only cub to live, she must make sure that cub learns the crucial game of knowing which odors to trust and which ones to avoid. Observe her inhaling deeply, and I'm sure some of that is smelling us and determining what we are. However, wolves pose the biggest danger to young cubs. Because while she has no trouble taking on a single wolf, it is the wolf's ability to act as a pack and divide the two of them that poses a threat. This mother must make a very difficult choice. The cub will be more prepared for the voyage the longer she waits, but the mother hasn't eaten well in 8 months, and if she waits too long, her milk will start to dry up. They set off on their 40-mile journey to the sea at that point. The following 2.5 years are all that little polar bear cub has to learn from its mother about how to be a polar bear. She has located Morris Day Den. Quite deep. She created this immediately after emerging from her hibernation den. It's hot. To envision what the den itself must be like. Unfortunately, it has been blown in, leaving us with no choice but to be completely contained and out of the elements. You know, raising these small cubs over the winter is one of the best times to conserve your energy because of how well insulated this snow and ice is. Check out this fur. You are aware that this is actually their best defense against the cold. Very cool. The polar bear cubs discover a harsh reality when their mother disappears after 2.5 years of being inseparable. She needs to begin a new breeding cycle. We finally caught up with this tiny bear, and it is currently experiencing its most difficult year since becoming independent. It has lost the world's best bouncer, its mother, who would you know to support it through anything and also search for it. It now has a really difficult time because it must take care of everything by itself. Little Bear must be quite resourceful. Uncertain of what it contains, possibly some frozen berries or anything else under the snow, it has its butt in the air and is excavating a small hole. You can see the animal's jaw clenching, so you know it is eating. It takes some getting acclimated to living alone. The first lesson is to never let your guard down. What's that stench, again? You're familiar with the smell. It is what? Howling wolves, musical drama, wolves. Our tiny bear may be having an issue, I believe. That coat, the bear's hidden weapon, must now be a curse because it must be overheating. That wolf won't follow if it can only get to the water. Run quickly. Life here is definitely not a playground. This small cub has gained crucial experience via her baptism by fire, and she is now one step closer to entering the ranks of the largest predators in the Arctic. Please subscribe and click the bell button after watching.